Today we're headed out to go look at a trailer. I have been trying to buy a trailer for months now. Every time I go look at one, either the owner doesn't get the specifications right, or doesn't have a title for it all of a sudden, or they sell it out from underneath me. They know I'm coming, I'm on my way, and they sell it, or whatever. You know, the trailer's not in the condition they said it was. So hopefully this is different. This is not the trailer that I want. I'm going to order a new one, but I'm going to buy this one if it's in good shape. It'll buy me some time while I'm waiting on my new one to be built. So let's get out here and see what it looks like. Well, I'm here, and well, it's not the condition the picture looks like, that's for sure. Yeah. Man, look at this rusty mess. God. There ain't no paint left on this thing. Yeah, didn't know about that. This is bent. Missing lights. Yeah. Tires are junk. Yeah, this ain't for me. Man, it's been up all over the place. Well, that was a waste of time. I'm so tired of looking at trailers and other people's junk. You know, the inflation of everything right now has everybody thinking that their $5,000 trailers worth $10,000 and their $10,000 trailers worth $20,000. I've just had enough. I'm just going to order a new one. It'll take me a few weeks to get one, but at least I won't waste any more time and fuel driving around looking at people's junk. So frustrating. The dovetail was bent. There wasn't any paint under it. The front tires were all bald or almost bald. They're I'd say probably 10 to 15% tread. You know, no paint left in it. There's a twist in it. The deck had a twist. You know, the gooseneck was bent. I'm like, you know, these are all things that you would tell somebody before they drove a distance when they asked you, what does it need? What's wrong with it? And they told me the only thing it needs is brake pads and a new spare tire. And well, you guys saw far from the truth, so I'm just gonna get a new one. Well, I promise this is the last trailer that I'm gonna go look at. If this one is not what the guy says it is, I'm done. I have already ordered a 36-foot dual tandem gooseneck with 12,000 pound axles and 25.5 GVW, and this one is a 2021 quality gooseneck. It's a 14K GVW 7K axles. He bought it to move his business, used it 4 times, that's it, and it's supposed to be in new condition, so I hope it is. I want something small. It's 20-foot flat, 4-foot dovetail. I'd like to have something small around to move some stuff. I gotta take some equipment to West Virginia. Still gotta be mowing some properties this year, so plus there's a lot of times I'd like to go a little farther out and pick some stuff up, and I don't want to take a rollback, and I didn't want to take my big Freightliner. So anyways, let's get out here and see what it looks like. Alright, so we bought it. He was wrong about one thing. It wasn't a 2021, it's a 2022. He didn't realize that until we grabbed the title. So it is 20-foot flat and a 4-foot dovetail. It's got some scratches, which, you know, he told me about this it's all from moving his business. I'm okay with that. We can touch this up a little bit with, well, when I say we, my wife can touch this up. She won't mind painting. Scratches here and there from being used, I don't care about that, because that's exactly what we're going to do to it. He never even made it past the temporary tag stage, so that worked out. A little bit of a bend there, must have got caught on something. Not a big deal, because I'll probably change those, make them longer, so that the ramps can lay farther back in case I need them to. I usually take a piece of steel like this, make it long, and drill multiple holes in it so I can lay these back if I need to, so that it's not an issue. But all the tires are good, all hold air, trailer brakes work good. It's got some LED lights. The rear ovals are incandescents. I don't know why. Just your basic, inexpensive trailer, single jack, no locking toolbox lid or anything, but I don't really care about that. It'll be just fine. No spare tire, but I have some, so that's not a problem. I'm happy with it. This trailer today is $8,300 for this trailer, whether it's from Kaufman, Quality, or Appalachian, or whatever. They're all about the same caliber quality of trailers, so I gave less, so I'm all right with it. But this is a temporary. This is just to take care of some things we need to do while we're waiting on my new one to be built, because I ordered a brand new one, so it should be just fine. All right, so this is the next thing that's on our agenda. We had one of these. It was a Ford 1520, but it was a clutch transmission, not a hydrostatic. HST, hydrostatic transmission. Ours had a smaller deck. This is a 72-inch deck. Ours was a 60, I believe. This one's four-wheel drive. Ours was two-wheel drive. Ours had 2,500 hours on it. This one has 1,200 hours on it. It's got a little 3-cylinder Shibura diesel, pretty standard. Tires are all decent. I like when I see that they mark down the air pressure of what they put in the tires and the oil filter numbers written on the other side. Oil looks good, coolant's full. Overall, looks like a decent tractor. So we're going to go in and see if we can get her bought and put her on the trailer and get it home. We really want the four-wheel drive because we have property that belongs to my wife's mom and dad that we take care of in West Virginia, and we have to cross this creek, and that would be oh so helpful. So let's go see if we can make a deal. Today we're in the 4500 and we stopped off at the gas station so we could fill up with some liquid gold. So we're headed out, and I know I said I wasn't going to look at no more used trailers, but one popped up last night, and I talked to the guy, and it's exactly what I'm after, what I'd like to have. Look, $75, 15 gallons, fantastic. $80, 16 gallons. Thanks a lot. So it's 220 miles away. It's about a 4-hour drive each way, and this truck roughly gets about 10 miles a gallon unloaded and 8 miles a gallon loaded. So this is going to cost a few bucks, and we're going into Pennsylvania, so we're hoping I don't have to buy any fuel in Pennsylvania, but I probably will. That'll suck. Pennsylvania's even higher. This truck's got 2 tanks. Even so, there's 20 gallons in that one, and I think this one is less. I don't remember how many gallons this one holds back here, but I don't think it'll be enough to get out there and back. I was going to put my auxiliary tank in the bed, but I thought it might be more of a nuisance to mess around with it. And this one doesn't fill fast. This one takes forever. You got to put it just right. You know, you can't shove it in right because of the way it curves. But anyways, let's head out.
Well, we're in Pennsylvania, probably about 100 miles out on the turnpike. Getting into quite a few bigger hills.
made it. This is the trailer I come to look at. The funny thing is, BY's factory refurbished, right? But if you look, maybe you can see it or not, you can see the PJ striping right in here. How they do their pinstripe, all that through there. Hard to see. So he's had this sandblasted and completely repowder coated because the powder coating was such crap on it to begin with. They put the deck up here. All this is just that green stuff from sitting around not being used. Got a super winch up there. Those are a little stiff. Toolbox is stiff. No control for the winch. You'll see right here. It's actually a PJ trailer. 12,000 pound axles. GVW at 24,000. That's what I want. Alright, so these are Anderson connectors to hook up to the truck. That's what we want. You can see them here. They're meant to fall down in here. Oh, the cover's missing. I have to get that fixed. Electric over hydraulic brakes. It is disc brakes. It is 30 foot, 36 foot total. It's 26 foot to here, and then 10 foot hydraulic dovetail. Oh, it's a lot rustier when he had it sandblasted than I'd hoped. He has replaced one of the axles. Oh man, it's rusty again. Which axle it was. Lost a bearing on one of them, so we replaced it. There's a tag on that one. This is where the hydraulics are. There's a remote for that. Dead. Battery's dead. Cordless remote. That's nice. Alright, so this trailer through PJ right now is $28,000. So obviously it's not going to be perfect, but it will suit my needs if it's not too rusty. That's a lot of overhang. Simulators. He said he took it in and had it gone over before he put it for sale, just to make sure everything was okay. Boy, look at them cross members. It is rusty under here, man. Yikes. I mean, it's not horrible, it's just that stupid powder coating peeling again. You know, these trailers used are still brand 20,000. This one's a 2012. And of course we're in Pennsylvania, so. Oh, it's rear axle they replaced. Okay. And it's obvious it's been replaced. Hope the brakes aren't froze up. Can't try the tilt bed, so I don't know if the pins are froze. No grease on that fitting in forever. Drop bars there. Pennsylvania plate. I can't try it, so not a lot I can do. Let's get up there and look at that winch. See what rating that winch has. 9,500. It'll do for what we're doing with that. That's 1/2-inch plate there. That's nice. I like that. That worked for us pretty well. Well, all in all, I think it's doable. I think it'll suit me okay. It ain't new, but price ain't $28,000 either. That's plus tax and title. So, well, let's see if we can make a deal on her. Got to be careful about here, and because they use a thin box tubing here, and I'm not into rebuilding the trailer. I don't need to rebuild it. I'd rather buy something better. That deck is low, man. It's supposed to be 34 inches at the top of that deck. It sure looks like it. 33, 34 inches. So, okay, well, let's see if we can make a deal on her. You can see that PJ striping if it shows up in there or not. Break away. Only one jam nut on that. That's weird. Huh. Yeah, so this was refurbished by B-Wise. It's not actually a B-Wise, it's a PJ. Alright. Well, we made a deal on the trailer and we're bringing it home. I rolled underneath it real good and checked everything. I got that center cap off because I checked that wheel bearing oil because that tire had some marks on it. It was down. So I put oil in it and checked the rest of them. Everything looks to be okay. Yeah, so he bought this trailer brand new, and once it started getting a little rusty, trailer manufacturer he works with B-Wise. They're a B-Wise dealer, and they refurbish trailers. They'll sandblast it, repaint it, and he chooses this orange, which I love this orange. So I've always wanted to have an orange truck and trailer. So this would be about perfect for me. So, but the old girl's only going to get about 6 or 7 miles a gallon right now. So it's been 150 bucks in fuel so far, and we're only about 50 or 60 miles into the trip on the way home. Look at this, 10 gallons is going to cost me $50. This is awful. I don't know where we're going in this country, but this is going to hurt. We can't take too much more of this before the whole thing falls apart, I think. There you go. 18 gallons for 100 bucks. Well, we made it. That one hub on the driver's side front was had no oil in it. I put oil in it and I ran the rear axle up on a block so I could get that wheel free to spin it, to make sure the bearing wasn't flopping around. And it had a spot in, like a flat spot. Other than that, it seemed okay, but as we drove along, I got from his place onto the turnpike. I checked it, got a little warm. I'm like, well, we'll check it because we're going to get fuel not far from there. We'll check it again, we'll get fuel, and I end up having chain up that axle, but it's okay. You know, we knew that going in, not a big deal. We'll get it handled. I'm okay with that. But we used 51 gallons of diesel fuel in that truck. It was 398 miles total. So we averaged about 7.8 miles a gallon in that truck, empty. Nothing on it on the way out, and then an 8,800, 9,000 pound trailer on the way back. So I can't wait to have my Dodge back. I don't like that truck, I don't want that truck, but it's what I have to use right now. So we got this back. This will be, we'll do a little bit of work to it, replace the batteries, and take care of the bearings and seals on that wheel, and check all the others, make sure it's okay. But that's our trailer. I still have one on order, but the manufacturer that I deal with were real quick to get the quote back to me. I told them go ahead. You know, I changed a few specifications. They're like, yeah, no problem. They're supposed to send me back another revised quote. Never did. It's been 2 weeks. I don't know what's going on, if they flaked out on me or what's going on, but I didn't want to wait. I saw this come up, and without telling you exactly what I paid for it, I paid less for this than what a stationary dovetail trailer like this goes for. So I'm pleased with the purchase, and I love the color because I have a certain orange cab over International that this could be pulled behind, and if I'm going to get 7 miles a gallon, I might as well do it in something that I enjoy driving, and not that. Alright, I've got my new batteries in. I was just checking some wiring, make sure it's in correctly, because this fuse was blown. This is a charge line from the 7-pin connector, and it comes back here. The positive and the negative come back to this battery to charge it. Well, these cables go all the way to the front, and the toolbox up there for the other battery for the winch. So that's how they're getting charged. So I just wanted to verify there is a charge line on there, and it's making good contact because the fuse was blown. So that being said, it does have this little remote control keychain remote. Got a little flip phone from back in the day. Turn it on, go up. Okay, that's up. Release the locks, and down we go. It's gonna make a nice approach angle. It's not gonna be too steep at all. I'm a little high in the front of the truck right now. Look at that. That's gonna be so nice. So much nicer. Yep. And the deck is so low. See how fast it goes up. It's supposed to lift 10,000 pounds on the bed on this deck. I don't know if it will or not, but we'll see. I got the winch working. There is a little problem with the control. So you go just a little bit above level. Right about there. Stop it and take the lock. Do it from up here. A little bit of lock that way, and go back down. That's it. And then turn that off. Kirk out. So the connection right up in here isn't good. You have to hold it just so. I'm thinking I'm going to put this on the other trailer that I got, because it's a lighter GVW, so 9500 is probably okay. And then I'll just run a different cord. I'll probably come out of here and run a cord underneath the trailer to a toolbox, and then put the cord in the toolbox, or just do a cordless remote. I still need a cord in case the cordless don't work, but nonetheless, it does work. So now it's time to outfit this with my chains, and I bought this because I bought trucks and I need to go pick them up, and this was a good buy. It's a little rusty underneath, but it is what it is. You live in the Rust Belt, you're gonna deal with rust. I love the color. I can't wait to put this behind my little single axle oranged International 9670. Now, what I will say is I'd like to have a cordless remote for the winch, right? For the winch, because if you're winching something on, I got to steer it. Then I need to be able to. I can't be that close, you know. So I have to have a second person. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out. But for right now, we got that handled. They're all charged. I got a couple lights to replace and a little bit of bearing work to do. But I need this trailer right away because I bought 2 trucks and I got to go pick them up. It's this light right here. It's not working. So I got to get that fixed next. Anyways, batteries I got at Napa. You can get them at Walmart cheaper. But they're just that. They're just cheaper. So I'm happy with this. Well, what a difference a day makes. was in the 50s when I was putting my batteries in. Last night the wind chill was down to -9 or something ridiculous. And this morning we end up with about 4 inches of snow. But whatever. Still working on the winch there. I think I'm just going to replace it. It's only 9,500 pounds. I think I'm going to use it on the other gooseneck and put a bigger one on here. I'm thinking about the Harbor Freight 12,000 pounder because a buddy of mine's got one and I've had one before, and you know, I don't use them all the time, just maybe once here or there. So I think it might be all right, but I'm going to keep working on that, but you know, not until the weather gets a little better. Yeah, I got to go pick up a couple trucks I bought, and I don't really want to do it while it's icy out because where it's at, pretty tough to get in. The ground is, the way the driveway is sloped, it's not, the trailer's not going to be sitting level, and I don't want the trailer icy. I don't want to slide off one side or the other when I'm winching a truck up on. But anyways, we'll pick up on this later. But that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I can't wait to get this thing behind that orange cab over I've got. That's going to be such a nice fit. We'll get this thing pressure washed too, get all the green crud off of her, you know, from sitting around, you know, this kind of stuff. Yeah, look at this ice. All this kind of stuff here, it'll clean off and this thing will be nice and pretty and orange. I still am impressed with this 1/2-inch plate here for the winch mount, plus the piece out here of C-channel they welded it to. This is exactly what I wanted to do to the other trailer I got to mount this winch on it, and the Fairlead is mounted on a piece here that's sandwiched between the two. So I really like how they've done that. I'm gonna do the same thing because that's exactly what we were thinking about building, so that's good idea. All right, so that's it, you guys. Catch you on the next one.